15, New Zealand 12, at the end of a grueling and great afternoon.
Knocked on by Van der Westhuizen.
It's over. Triumph for the Rainbow Nation. For the All Blacks, heartache and heartbreak.
Francois Pienaar gathers his team as this New Zealand side walk off.
It's a moment of prayer.
What a sight. A team that is committed for their country. But all of us in New Zealand should feel awfully proud of what this great side have done for us here, the All Blacks. They don't deserve to lose. They played great rugby, and it's great credit to Brian Lahore, to Laurie Mains, to Sean Fitzpatrick, and all the team. And we in New Zealand should have our hearts out to them right now as they have to walk from this field, being beaten in extra time by a side as committed as you could get, but a side that finally has played the last shot and waved to their crowd. Richard Lowe, Walter Little, has had a great game. And why is it, in times like this, there's a winner and a loser? The pain is so great for one, the ecstasy so great for the other.
And here's Francois Pienaar. Johan Klaassen, one of the great Springboks watching there from the stands too, and Vice President F.W. de Klerk there as well. And I think that President Nelson Mandela is not there because he may be on his way down to the field. He wore number 6 today, and so did Francois Pienaar. This stadium is on its feet in tribute to the Rugby World Cup winners for '95.
You must take everything off to this captain. He has done a magnificent leadership job for his country. He has inspired his team on the field. He's inspired his country off it. And he is the one that bears the fruits of victory, carried aloft by his side. Francois Pienaar, a great South African captain.
And the pain goes on for the New Zealand players. I think, John, there'll be tears all over the rugby world, all over this country, tears of joy. And back home, tears of sadness. But I think we should reiterate what you've said, John. Enormous pride in the All Blacks here, who played superb rugby, beaten on the day by a great team. Kitch Christie and Casey Pienaar, the Springbok coaches, are lifted aloft. There were a lot of doubters in this country a month ago about whether Kitch Christie could do the business. He's proved them all wrong, and he's turned the tide of rugby so that South Africa can truly say today they are number 1. Morné du Plessis, the manager who's been such a wonderful representative and has said the right things right throughout the month.
The pageantry continues. Skydiver comes in. Johannesburg, the sports capital of South Africa.
And believe me, the flags of the Rainbow Nation will wave long after this victory today.
Stood here watching both sides, watching the agony for the All Blacks. I really feel for them. Very few of the South Africans have come over to see them, but to his great credit, James Small was the first, and Cobus Visa have come over to shake hands. And now I think the South Africans realise that this is a moment not only for victory, but also to share it with a great rugby nation, the great foes of our world rugby competition.
And they'll be defending the Rugby World Cup 4 years from now, when the tournament resumes in Wales, 1999. Tell you what, there wouldn't be one person in the stadium who wouldn't give anything for a ticket to see action such as we saw today all over again. There's never been a game like it. There's never been a major international pushed out to injury time and then being won in such dramatic circumstances. Plenty of games have had no tries scored and been dull, but this one was a thriller. And look at this proud man.
There is no doubt, Keith, that this Rugby World Cup has done so much for South Africa as a nation, and here they show it as their president, with his number 6 jersey, stands aloft to present the trophy.
I think that lady there in the foreground with the New Zealand colours, who's as happy as the South African winners, says it all. Everybody should be celebrating. Francois Pienaar, the victorious South African captain.
Francois Pienaar, you are the captain of the world champions.
David, I don't know what to say. It's very emotional. The team has played superbly. It's been the greatest 6 weeks of my life, and too many people to thank at this stage.
What a tremendous contest.
Yeah, it was very tough. The All Blacks played brilliant rugby. They kept in for the extra 20 minutes. I want to take my hat off to them, playing a superb tournament, and well done, Sean, you and your men.
Francois, and then we had 65,000 South Africans here today. Tremendous support.
David, we didn't have 60,000 South Africans. We had 43 million South Africans.
I now call on our President, Mr. Mandela, to make the presentation of the William Webb Ellis Trophy to the captain of the winning team, Francois Pienaar.
Number 6. And what a symbolic handshake that is when you think of all the years when South African rugby was on the outer in the world scene. A marvellous, wonderful moment.
Ellis Park. And I think the All Blacks are going to go and pay tribute to their supporters on this poignant moment, as the All Blacks go and clap their supporters and say thank you. And all of us in New Zealand should be saying thank you to Laurie Mains and his very gallant All Black side here at Ellis Park.
Sean Fitzpatrick, 68 played, but we must repeat, everyone should be very proud of what's happened today. Tipped out of the World Final at the last minute. It's certainly a great day for rugby.
And off your camera, there are 6 New Zealanders. You see them. Zinsenbrook, Andrew Mertens, Jonah Lomu, Ant Strawn and Mike Brewer in injury, going to the corner of the ground and waving to their supporters.